Hi, my name is Jeff. I'm a wizard. Welcome to my channel. I want to talk a bit about a movie that I saw called Logan's Run. I found this movie when I was rewatching the X-Men films and it was time to watch Logan. And then I saw Logan's Run and I thought, ooh, that's a name that I've heard a lot before. But I have no idea what it is about. I didn't know it was a sci-fi movie, so that intrigued me even more. And I had a lot of fun with this movie, and there were some funny bits in this movie that I kind of wanted to show to you. So we'll go over the story quickly. I'll show you the funny bits, and then we're done. There will be spoilers up ahead, so if you want to watch the film, watch it first, because the best part of this film is the adventure stuff. You know, you want to figure out what happens. You want to know where is Logan running to, what's happening. Is he also running away from his responsibilities? This movie was released in 1976, and if you want a movie to compare it to, Star Wars: A New Hope, the first Star Wars film, was released in 1977. It did have a bigger budget, but it has the same level of sci-fi mechanics and stop motion stuff and miniature stuff, and the same weird human emotions and interactions. And same as Star Wars, this film starts with on-screen text reading, because we all love to read when we watch a movie. The text explains to us that humankind now all lives under these huge domes, where life is kind of perfect and idyllic. But the trade-off is, or the downside is, that everybody dies at the age of 30. The movie then shows us some shots of the domes and the city people live in, which is kind of cool. And then we see people gathering for an event called the Carousel, which is where people who have reached the age of 30 are going to die. We also meet up with our protagonist called Logan 5, played by Michael York. I don't know any of these actors, by the way. Not surprised. And his partner, Francis 7, played by Richard Jordan. They're talking to a baby, or Logan is talking to his baby, Logan 6.
I tell you, Francis, that's him.
Well, maybe, maybe not. What does it matter? Anyway, it isn't yours anymore.
So we get to learn a little bit about how babies work in this world. Then we see the ceremony where the first funny bit happens, where the people who are going to die, they all gather in a circle with these capes on and these masks, and then they reveal the capes, and there are these fabulous disco outfits. Then we kind of get to see the ceremony where they are all flying in a circle and towards the ceiling, and they all explode or get shot down one by one. People are cheering them on, I assume, because the story goes that some people get the chance to be renewed, to be reborn, or to carry on their life. That's unclear. Because spoilers, later on we find out that no one has ever been renewed. Then Logan and his friend are watching, and they get a call that there is a runner. Runners are people who try to run away from the carousel event. When they reach level 30, they try to run away from the domes, I guess. And Francis and Logan, they are both sandmen, people who hunt down runners. So we get to see them hunt down a runner. This is also very funny because somehow they are just completely maniacally chasing down this runner and having a lot of fun with killing a person.
Run, runner! You hear him? Run!
Then they catch the runner, they kill him, and Logan finds this Ankh symbol, or this Ankh amulet on his body, which he keeps. Then we go to Logan in his room, and this is also very funny. He's on his phone, and there's this apparition thing going on, and then a man apparates. And the man looks real ready to rock. He's happy. Logan just says like, how silly, and sends the man away. Very rude. Almost like dating in 2023. Oh my god, it's 2023. Then he apparates a woman. The woman is real pretty, so he's happy. But the woman is kind of confused. She's like looking around like, where am I? Which I thought maybe like, did he materialize this woman just to date, but it turns out that she put herself on the circuit, which is like Grindr and Tinder, I suppose, to get it on. Now then a funny conversation happens when Logan just takes the girl, which by the way her name is Jessica 6, right, Jessica 6. He takes her on the couch and he wants to start kissing her, and then the girl says no.
Please, no.
Please. No. Come on.
Logan doesn't really respond to the no. He says come on. He wants to take her to his bedroom, I assume. She still says no. He then asks if she's a lesbian. She still says no.
Oh, do you prefer women?
No?
Well?
She explains that she shouldn't have put herself on a circuit. She was just feeling sad because her friend died at the carousel. Then they talk a little bit more. She expresses her doubts about the whole carousel stuff. And then Logan becomes a little bit Nazi here because he pulls a gun on his date, telling her, like, if you're up to funny stuff, I can terminate you right here, right now. With a smile, you know, of course. She assures him that she doesn't have these doubts. Then his friend comes in with these two girls. He wants to party. Jessica escapes the room. His friend throws a smoke bomb, a pink smoke bomb in the air, and they have a party.
Let's straight up!
So after this weird date with rapey vibes, we see Logan at his work, and one by one they have to talk to the computer, and they have to like put their items on a table, and he puts the ankh that he found on the runner on the table, and the computer starts asking him questions. The computer tells him that this ankh is a symbol that runners use to escape the city, and the ankh has something to do with sanctuary, which would be a place where the runners go to. The computer then gives Logan the mission to become a runner, find sanctuary, and destroy it. The computer shortens Logan's lifespan, so it would be more likely that he would become a runner, thus starting Logan's run. So after getting his assignment, Logan meets up with Jessica to find out more about sanctuary, because Jessica was wearing this ankh amulet, the same as the one he found, so he assumes she knows more about the runners and sanctuary. He tries to convince her with his best acting.
Look, don't you understand? It's different now because it's me. My life.
She doesn't really buy into it. Later we see her talk to her friends, and her friends are all like, "Ooh, he knows too much, we have to end him." I assume end him, because then Jessica and Logan meet up again, both because they have their secret mission to accomplish. And then we see this one shot of this guy taking off his chain and like holding it, I assume because he's gonna choke Logan later, I don't know. Then Logan gets a call in the mall. It seems like this entire city is the mall, that there's a runner. Then something funny happens where he tells Jessica first, like, "Come on," and then when he wants to get in the car, he tells her, "You better go home."
The cathedral. A woman, come on. You better go home.
Jessica says, like, "No, I want to stay with you," and Logan's not like, "Okay, fine." Then they take this car through this tunnel thingy, and they're going to the cathedral where the runner is. The cathedral turns out to be the sort of outskirts kind of ghetto place where people, you know, like the weird people live, or the people who don't want to live in society live. It's somewhat of a dangerous area. In the car, they also have a funny conversation where Jessica says, like, sometimes I wish I had known my mother. And then Logan's like, "You silly woman," with your silly questions.
I wish I'd known my mother.
Why do you get these crazy ideas?
They arrive at the cathedral, and then this movie turns into Peter Pan.
Watch out. Watch it. Circle. Circle him. Get behind him. Don't let him get away. Billy, come on. Billy, you got one.
They confront these kids. Logan shoots his gun a little bit at some rocks, and most of the kids flee, but only one kid stays. And he does the most awesome slow motion theater fight. And then he also runs away, I guess. Then they find the lady runner that he got a call about. And now this film turns into a Kate Bush video clip. Then they talk to the runner a little bit. They get some information, I assume. I forgot this part kind of. They let the runner go so she can keep running. But then his partner, Logan's partner, Francis, he was following them. He sees that he let the runner go, and he still shoots the runner. Then this Kate Bush lady lets out the most amazing death scream.
Runner.
No!
She was really doing the most this movie. She was on fire. So after this scene, Logan decides that he needs to get his face changed if he's gonna become a runner. So Francis won't recognize him anymore, for instance. Jessica suggests that she knows a good place to get this done. Then they go to this fabulously overly lit white place with sexy secretaries. We get to see this cool scene where a lady is sort of changing the parts of her face to see what face she wants to get. So they meet up with the doctor, and Logan goes to lie on the table to get his face changed, but this turns out to be a trap set by the Resistance to kill Logan, because they assume, correctly so, that Logan is a spy. The doctor tries to kill Logan. They end up doing this fight, and Logan escapes while killing the doctor, I think. The secretaries, the sexy secretaries, they help him a little bit, and it's a bit weird, but later there's this shot of the secretary looking at the doctor like up yours or something. Francis also catches up with them at the face changing place. They have a little wrestle as well, but manage to escape him. And then Jessica and Logan flee again through the mall. Jessica says like, follow me, I know a place we can go. It's unclear to me why Jessica is now helping Logan. I think she thinks that he's telling the truth. And I think she was also shocked that they were gonna kill him. It's unclear. Anyways, they escape through the mall, and then suddenly they're walking through this fabulous hallway with pink smoke coming off the walls. And that's how they escape. They run through these hallways, and Francis is still chasing them. Then there's this crazy scene where Francis is talking through a gate like, just give me the runner, Logan. I need to kill the runner. Terminate her. I first thought he said Terminator, but he says terminate her.
Terminate her. Now.
They keep running. Then they find this secret door that can be opened with the ankh. Now, they drop one of the ankhs in the water, but they still have the second one. They open the door and they get through. Then later, Francis finds the amulet they dropped, so he can also open the door. That's how he keeps chasing them. Then this movie turns into the Titanic. There's a lot of water. A lot of budget was used here, I assume. They managed to survive the water scenes with Francis chasing them, and then the water stage of the movie ends and we come to the ice stage of the movie, also similar to Star Wars. And this movie becomes a little bit Doctor Who, with this Dalek robot suddenly appearing. His name is Box, because he's clearly a box, I don't know. Also, what was funny to me, I swear I could see the actor's lips move behind the mask in a couple of shots. The robot then reveals that actually he's been storing everyone that has come through this place into ice. So they see all these people like stored into ice, and then the robot tells them like, now I'm going to do the same to you. Which is weird because suddenly the robot holds up these like weapons on each arm, seemingly like he's going to cut them up or something, but he didn't do that to all the other people we see stored in ice, so I don't know. Logan again wins the fight with his gun. They escape the robot. The ceilings collapse from the ice cave. Unclear why, actually. And then Logan and Jessica see the sun for the first time. They walk through the wilderness a little bit, and then they find this lake. They have a nice little swim. They have some hand sex. And they talk about how their crystals, which are in their hand. Oh yeah, I forgot to say that. That everybody, when they get born, they get this crystal in their left hand, which the color will tell you what age you're at and stuff. And it will start blinking when you're reaching your last day. The crystals now have turned white for both of them, sort of saying that they're off the clock now or something. They walk through the wilderness a lot more, and then they meet this old man with a lot of cats. They're very amazed. Wow, this is an old man. They've never seen that before. He has gray hair and stuff like that. Oh, by the way, there's clearly a cat that says hello. They talk to the old man. The old man talks mostly in cat riddles. They kind of figure out that sanctuary is sort of a myth. It doesn't exist. And the old man is kind of proof that life is possible outside of the domes. Then our buddy Francis catches up with them again. They have another fight. And Logan shoots Francis. Francis dies. Then they come up with the plan of taking this old man to the city to prove to people that life exists outside of the domes. That's their plan. I don't know why that would be a good plan. Again, it's very unclear of what people in the domes know, if there are other theories going around, what they think is happening outside. It's not clear. Then they have this long walking scene over beaches and stuff, which is weird because it seems they're coming in a different way than they came to find the old man in the first place. They end up at this waterfall place, like modern place, where they leave the old man behind, and they're going to get the people in the city, take them out to see the old man. Again, that's the plan. It's a bad plan. It's a really bad plan. I don't think that plan should have worked, but whatever. Anyways, they come into the city and there's another carousel event going on. Also weird because it seems now that they have been gone for a year, but to me it only seemed like a couple of weeks that they were out of the city. Anyways, there's a new carousel going on and Logan starts screaming at all the people. Something about like, it's all a lie, it's all a lie.
Don't go in there! You don't have to die! Well, no one has to die at 30! You can live! Live!
Very good acting again. He and Jessica then get taken by the Sandman. They get interrogated by the computer. And the computer doesn't believe what Logan is saying about the robots storing people, about the old man they found outside of the city, that there is no sanctuary. And the computer then says, I'm going to read your mind. The computer then reads Logan's mind. It finds that it's all true what he says. And then the computer sort of overloads or self-destructs with this information. It's unclear. The entire place starts to blow up. Logan fights off some of the Sandmen, and the entire place starts collapsing. People run out of the city. They see the old man. End of this movie. What else can I say about this movie? There is really frantic music. It almost drove me crazy a little bit. I had to turn the volume down so much because it's too much. There's a couple of epilepsy warnings in this film. Also, like I put the two together. When you see the crystal on the baby's hand and on a grown person's hand, it doesn't seem to add up. Like it doesn't seem like people have been growing with these crystals all their life. I don't know. So that was it. That was Logan's run. He ran, he came back, and he destroyed the city by telling the truth. Yeah, that was it. I hope you enjoyed this review, and hope to see you around. Bye.